Alright, so I've got the Jeep running and I've got a squeak. Trying to figure it out. Hopefully I can narrow this down today. I think it's definitely coming from this side of the engine. Let's see if we can get this down here. Alright, so one of the tricks to figure out if it's your belt or not, or if it's something else, is you squirt a little water on it. So I got stole this water bottle from my daughter, and you squirt this on the belt. And the sound goes away. So you know that it's the belt that's squeaking because it comes right back. Here it comes back. Alright, well, let's see if I can show you how you remove your belt. The belt tensioner is the power steering pump pulley. You've got a pivot point here, and there's one here, and that one you loosen from the back side. So you got to loosen that one up. You can see it's got a little bit of travel there. Let's see if I can get this in there. It's got a little bit of travel there, right there. So that loosens up, and then everything else is down underneath. And what you've got underneath is you've got a long screw, and that, and then you've got a little, not sure what you call it exactly, but it's a little lock bolt on top of that, which is what actually moves the whole motor, power steering pump. So you got to loosen up the bolt. It's on the front, right about here. You loosen that one up. That's on the lock nut, and then down here on the end, facing that way, you've got a bolt that moves the power steering pump on that lock nut. So you got to just loosen away, and one of the tricks is just pull on the power steering belt as you go, or I mean on the belt while you go, and that'll keep tension on it and keep the pulley moving in this direction. So it'll keep moving the more you crank that. Having one of these ratcheting wrenches is really the only way to go with this. Pretty hard to get to with any kind of a socket, so these work perfect. So getting this loosened up, and then I'll get. All right, so this is a pretty new belt. I put this on. I had to replace the water pump, and so I replaced a few other things, and I put a new belt on it. But looking at the belt, it doesn't have cracks in it or anything. But look at this little, I don't know what you call this. I mean, like a dirty spot that got on it. And it's just in this one little section. The rest of the belt looks wonderful. So it may be that that's really where my problem was just this was squeaking a little bit. So I'll probably just clean this up a little bit. I bought a new belt. Got a brand new belt. So I'll put the new belt on, and then I'll clean this up, and then I'll just hang on to this as a spare, as a backup, because that's all it really looks like. The rest of this thing looks beautiful. All right, so here I've got the belt off. This is your air conditioning pump. It's not working right now. It's seized up, so and I haven't replaced it yet, but it barely makes a noise. I've replaced these ones just recently, so these are perfectly quiet. I thought maybe it could be my alternator, but there's no noise. There's nothing coming out of my alternator, and the power's just fine. I've checked power output's wonderful on it, so I know that's not it. It's not going bad on me. Again, I replaced my water pump, so that's quiet. My power steering pump, check that's quiet. So it just must have been the belt. I got whatever it is that it got onto that belt was causing that little squeak for me. So I'll put on the new belt, and hopefully we will have solved the problem. One trick on this, and I've had a problem doing this before. I had to go look it up, but take a picture of your belt pattern, so you know which way they go around all the belts. Sometimes it seems really obvious, but I'll be honest, I was working on a 4.0 on my daughter's Cherokee, and I thought I knew what it was, and I didn't. I had it off a little bit, and I kept not having the right amount of belt. So good thing, take a picture, or look it up online and get the diagram so that you get it back right. So it appears that was the problem. The little patch on that belt was just enough to get a little squeaky on me. Also getting this tightened back up nice and tight. And one of the things I've read a couple things about, that you just got to do tight and then go a little tighter on these belts to make sure that they're good. So I know on some other cars they like them a little looser, but these, they seem to really like to be tight.